Hi you guys, it's Stephanie. Welcome back to my channel. I thought I'd today catch up on the December daily. I've done a couple of pages on my own. So we did this together. I wrote on the 9th. I created just a little side pocket here and I added a little journaling card in there. On one side, I talked a little about my mom at Thanksgiving or Christmas time and a little about my dad at Christmas time. And then just around, not much happened that day. I stayed home. Well, something happened, but I did do my 100 subscriber giveaway that day, so that was fun. But then also, for the first time ever, I dyed my hair because, you know, that time comes when you see so many grays that you don't want to look at them anymore. And that was at that point for me. I just really never thought I would care. You know, when I was younger, I remember thinking, I'm not going to care. Oh, I care. I would lean forward into the camera here and I could see little grays. And anyway, so I wrote around here that my daughter dyed my hair. I did it at home. We did it at home because I'm kind of a cheapskate. Anyway, so that was the 9th. And then the 10th, I did nothing. It wasn't the best day ever. It was just life. And you know how sometimes life gives you lemons? I didn't make any lemonade. And so I wrote about it and I was just kind of like honest about it. Everything's fine, you know, but my son had a horrible day. And so then he comes to me for the support that he needs, and it just bummed me out. I'm glad he came to me, but he was so unhappy, and it just, you know, he had a hard day at work. He had somebody be real rotten, a customer, for something he had nothing to do with. It was just, you know how those kinds of things go. And anyway, so I just wrote about that, and you guys don't need to see it. So you can look at a picture of beautiful Santa and Vixen and Comet. How about that? Yesterday, I already did a little journaling. And yesterday, I decorated a gingerbread house. This is one that was left over from last year. I found it with the Christmas decorations. And so I decided to go ahead and decorate it myself. I'm hoping the camera is getting that okay. I think it turned out cute. I had fun. And then while I was decorating, we watched The Grinch, and so I just found an image of the Grinch. What I thought I would do, and I wrote on the back, I wrote about all of that on the back of the little cards to flip out. So yeah, I journaled about the Grinch here and the gingerbread house making on the other one. And then on the back here, I just kind of talked about how the things that I got for Christmas when I was a kid a little bit. If I do another one of these like next year, I'm gonna not have any more fun little stories to put in, so more exciting things better happen in my life. I'm gonna have to put a lot fewer pages in. I should get my kids to, you know, tell me some of their memories so that I can write them down. But I kind of don't think of it until it's too late. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to put that there. And then this one here. So what kinds of things did you guys get for Christmas when you were growing up? We didn't grow up with a lot, but I mean, we had plenty. That's kind of what I wrote underneath here. There wasn't always a lot of extra, you know, for things that weren't necessary, you know, that sort of thing. And I think that a lot of us grew up that way. We didn't think even that it was, that's a crooked picture, but that's okay. we didn't think it was a little or anything. I think we all just kind of grew up, you know, people expect so much more now, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, some of the favorite things though that I got when I was little was coloring books and crayons, and we always got new socks and underwear, and you know, that's like the worst ever. Now I get those kinds of things for my kids, not every year, but sometimes, because I think it's funny, because they're like, Mom, and I think it's hilarious. But I was like, thanks, Mom, I needed that, you know, because we didn't, I don't know, I feel like all we do these days is shop, and that's just not the way it was when I was growing up. For me, maybe everybody else was out shopping all the time. I don't know. You guys, I don't know how well this is going to turn out. I'm just going to do it. I have several pictures to put down, and I'm going to go for it. And you know, if it's not great, that's okay. I'll just not look at the page real long. Anyway, we got, you know, socks and underwear, and sometimes my mom even did like joke gifts. But at the same time, I think it was at least they have something to open kind of a thing. But I remember one year, and I love the picture. You know, it's one of our Christmas family pictures now, but they got us plastic gloves for washing dishes. My sister and I were the dishwashers. There were 7 of us in the family. At that point, I think my oldest brother had probably moved out. He was quite a bit older than me. So maybe there were 6 of us at that point. But when dinner was done, my sister and I had to clean up after everybody. And they thought it was funny to give us gloves. But you know what? We used those gloves. So, and it gave my mom something to wrap. And it's a good memory, you know? There are other things that maybe I got that would have been maybe a more traditional gift that I've totally forgotten, but I will always remember getting the dish gloves for Christmas. Another funny thing is that my mom would always be searching for a box to wrap something in that would be maybe odd shaped. And so we got all kinds of interesting things for Christmas, like cereal, but we didn't really, or mac and cheese, but we didn't really. She would just save the box and put something in it. So that was always kind of a funny thing. Like, oh, Mom, thanks. I got Cheerios for Christmas, you know, something like that. But what else? Like pajamas, maybe we would get pajamas. Oh, I do remember one year. Okay, my dad was the cranky one, you know, so like my mom wanted to buy us Christmas presents, and my dad was like, well, get him one, you know, that sort of a thing. But every once in a while, I don't know why, but he would just be a little more jolly than others. And I do remember one year that it was his idea to buy these really big stuffed animals. Stuffed animals were not things my dad would buy us. They were worthless toys to him. They were just something that would sit there. You couldn't really play with them. And so we didn't get stuffed animals. And he bought us each these really big, back then they were big, stuffed animals. I was thrilled. So, but you know, it wasn't much. We didn't get a lot, but since we didn't get a lot all the time, it seemed like a lot. And it was definitely plenty, and I was always thrilled with it. So this has been leaking a little bit. think it's this side. I'm going to flip that up. Oh, and it snowed yesterday. So that was nice and pretty to look at. I really need my glasses. I'm not a huge fan of snow. It's pretty, but after Christmas, I want it gone. So it's okay for now. I was going to put these on the back, but I already wrote and I didn't give myself enough space, unfortunately, because that would have been really cute. So I messed myself up entirely. And I'm really bummed out about that. I wonder if I did it just on the very, very edge. See, I don't like that as much. I could try and cut it down. See, why did I do that, you guys? I'm just going to try and cut it down, and hopefully I don't regret it. My scissors. Let's see. Another thing that my dad didn't buy us was music. That was also a big waste of money. So, you know, we had a record player and things like that, and my mom and dad had some records that we would listen to occasionally, but not the kind of music that I wanted to be listening to. I mean, no, I liked their old records. I have always liked, you know, that kind of stuff, you know, from the 50s and 60s and that sort of thing. That was always fun to listen to. But I wanted to be listening to, are you ready for it? I wanted to be listening to Guns N' Roses. See, I even have less space on this one. But that's okay. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to chop this down. And believe it or not, one year, my dad, I guess, was feeling like Santa Claus again. It only happened like twice. But I remember one year my mom was shocked. He bought me a Guns N' Roses tape. It was back before, it was after records were the most popular thing, and then before CDs. And he got me a Guns N' Roses tape and a Bon Jovi tape. I was in heaven. I just thought that was the best thing ever. So I remember going and being an angry teenager in my room listening to mostly the Guns N' Roses. The Bon Jovi didn't make me feel like an angry teenager, but the Guns N' Roses did a little bit, and I don't know why. It's not like that was angry music or something like that. It wasn't the real hard rock, but to me it was like, yeah, rebel kind of a thing. So sorry if my head is in there, but if it is, do you notice there's no grays in there? So my hair is naturally like a reddish blonde, and it's been getting lighter and lighter, and honestly my hair started looking like that. I don't know. It started looking like khaki. I would always say I'm like colorless. I'm khaki. So I did like a reddish brown, like an auburny kind of color. And it's kind of shocking to me to see it still because it's, you know, been gradually getting lighter and lighter. Okay, so that is like that. So is the 11th, and I did a gingerbread house, and we watched The Grinch, and so I did some writing. And I just hope that doesn't, I don't want it to like stick together. I'm gonna stick a couple of things in there. Wait, that's back here. Oh, this will work. I'll do this and this. And then that one's glued on the top, so that's fine. Okay. I am finding that it's hard to journal in here. It's getting pretty thick. So get those out of the way. Okay. I don't think I need these. I don't know. Somebody's delivering something at the door, I think. I hope it's okay. Oh, okay. My husband's in there. Okay, so on this one, today, you guys, I was so excited. There was a real live in-person, like little craft bazaar. I was thrilled. It was outdoor. It wasn't too big. It was cold. It was probably 30 degrees. And, you know, like I said, we had snow. So it was chilly outside. But there were maybe, excuse me, there were maybe 10 booths. And not a lot of people, but plenty, you know, like there was somebody at every booth shopping, or maybe 2 groups of people at every booth shopping. So it wasn't overly crowded. I don't think we were doing anything wrong, but everybody seemed thrilled to be out doing something. And I'm telling you what, I sure was. It made me happy. It put a smile on my face. It was normal. And I bought chocolate. And so that was yummy. I didn't find anything really that I couldn't live without, but that's not the point. I was able to just get out. I saw people from the community. Like I've said, I live in a small town. So, you know, I have been able to see people that I know and haven't seen in nearly a year, you know. Maybe some of them even a year, because who knows when the last time I saw them, even before COVID. So it was really nice to just get out. So this was the little advertisement on Facebook for it. So I printed out the advertisement, and on the back, just put in a little pocket to put in a few of the business cards that I got. This is from the chocolates. There was a guy there doing some, who does wood carving, and that was nice. Okay, so I'm making this, is going to be a flip out. I'm just concerned I'm not going to put it on the right side. Not a flip out. It's going to flip, you know, in, but it's going to flip. I took my glasses off and I probably shouldn't have. Okay. Before I put that on, I've just I'm thinking I'm gonna have to go all the way down. This is just so plain up here. I wanted to put a little something else. Okay, so I just inked up some book page. It's the same book page that I was using to do the flowers yesterday that I uploaded today. And I didn't see any bad words or bad, not necessarily bad, but unhappy, you know, language, things like murder or something like that. Put that in a Christmas book. And so I'm just gonna layer some things up here. But anyway, so that was nice. I got to do that, and like I said, I bought some chocolates. There was the guy doing some wood that does woodworking. There was somebody who did, have you guys ever heard of the, I don't know if it's legend or what exactly, of the Christmas spider? I had never heard of it. So these people make spiders out of beads. They look really cool, but they're ornaments to hang on your Christmas tree. And I was like, I don't know about that. But I mean, they kind of told me what the, I don't know, folklore, I guess, is, and it might be Dutch. They weren't sure. They had it like written out, but I guess they didn't have its, you know, where it came from, just what it was about. But it was something about spiders' webs and them being turned into the Christmas tinsel. And so in some place around the world, apparently, I did it again. I wrote, that's okay, because I can write over the top. No, I didn't, or maybe a little. I know what I wrote, so I can fix my words. Okay. Planning, Stephanie, planning. Anyway, so there were those. There was somebody who was selling some beautiful wreaths that she had made. And there was, you know, like one of those cooking, so you can order their cooking stuff, you know, their pots and pans and dishes and all that kind of stuff. There was one of those. And there was somebody selling like preserves and things like that. Doll clothes, quilts. I will fix the words that I covered up. I'll just continue to write over onto the side there. And then I wanted to put this, not the whole thing. I'm going to cut this so that it's sticking out a little bit, I think. Because I'm noticing it's getting, like, it needs some edging, I've noticed. Anyway, it was really nice to be able to get out and do something normal. It was really nice. After that, I went to, somebody was having like a little holiday craft sale in their garage. I went there, I didn't find anything. I mean, they had cute things, but I didn't need any of it. And I went to our little thrift store that we have locally and found a little, I don't know if you call it needlepoint or what, but I bought a little image. I'll show you guys. I think it's really cute. I'm a sucker for that kind of thing. I'm trying to tell myself to work in the middle. I have a hard time remembering. And then my daughter and I had to run into town. So we did that. And ran to, it's kind of, I don't know if I would call it an antique store. It's more of a, some vintage, some handmade, but it's set up like a antique store would be, like in booths. But all kinds of different things. And I walked through there real quick. It was, I had been in there fairly recently, so I didn't find anything I wanted or needed. Okay, so there's today. And I like the edging. I like to have some edging coming out, so I did that the other day. I might add something over here somewhere, but it helps it, you know, just to have like a little decorative edge, I think. But I need to let that stay open to dry. All right, that's crooked. Oh, it's because it's not glued down all the way. I will fix that too. So there we are. We're to the 12th. I don't have any idea if I'll do anything exciting tomorrow, but I doubt it. Oh yeah, I wanted to like stick this extra little flower somewhere, I think. Maybe. Maybe down here somewhere. I think I'll stick it down here. Okay, there we go. Thanks you guys for watching, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.